This film has been classified U. That means it can be seen by people of all ages, and there will be nothing unsuitable for children. Video certificates are there to give you the chance to make the right choice. Thanks for listening.
You will find out soon enough from my will that the estate of Norland was left to me in such a way as prevents me from dividing it between my two families.
Calm yourself, Father. This cannot be good for you.
Norland in its entirety is therefore yours by law, and I am happy for you and Fanny. Your stepmother, my wife and daughters are left only £500 a year, barely enough to live on, nothing for the girls' dowries. You must help them.
Of course.
You must promise to do this.
I promise, Father. I promise.
Help them? What do you mean, help them?
Dearest, I mean to give them £3,000. The interest will provide them with a little extra income. Such a gift will discharge my promise, my father.
That's just more than ample.
One had rather, on such occasions, do too much than too little. He did not stipulate a particular sum. £1,500 then. What do you say to 1,500?
What brother on earth would do half so much for his royal sisters? Let alone half blood.
Well, they can hardly expect more.
There's no knowing what they expect. The question is, what can you afford?
£100 a year to their mother while she lived. That's more advisable. It is better than passing with the 1,500 all at once.
But if she should live longer than 15 years, she'd be completely taken in. People always live forever when there is an annuity to pay them.
£20 now and then will amply discharge my promise. You're quite right.
Indeed. Although, to say the truth, I'm convinced within myself that your father had no idea of your giving them money.
They will have 500 a year amongst them as it is.
And what on earth could 4 women want for more than that? Their housekeeping will be nothing at all. They'll have no carriage, no horses, hardly any servants, and will keep no company. Only conceive how comfortable they will be. They will be much more able to give you something.
Something else. Mama has been weeping since breakfast. I meant something less mournful, dearest.
to the condition of visitor in my own home. It is not to be borne, Eleanor.
Consider, Mamma, we have nowhere to go.
John and Fanny will be descending from London at any moment. Do you expect me to be here to welcome them? Vultures.
I will start making inquiries for a new house at once. Until then, we must try to bear their coming.
Margaret, are you there? Please come down. John and Fanny will be here soon.
Why are they coming to live at Norland? They already have a house in London.
Because houses go from father to son, dearest, not from father to daughter. It is the law. If you come inside, we could play with your atlas.
It's not my atlas anymore. It's their atlas.
Do sit down. As you know, we are looking for a new home, and when we leave, we shall be able to retain only Thomas and Betsy. We're very sorry to have to leave you all, but we are certain that you will find the new Mrs. Dashwood a fair and generous mistress.
My only real concern is how long it will take them to move out.
How is Mrs. Ferrars?
My mother is always in excellent health, thank you. My brother Robert is in town with her this season and quite the most popular bachelor in London. He has his own barouche.
You have two brothers, have you not?
Indeed, yes. Edward is the elder. Mamma quite depends upon him. He's travelling up from Plymouth shortly and will break his journey here.
If that is agreeable to you, of course.
My dear John, this is your home now.
Fanny wishes to know where the key to the silver cabinet is kept.
Betsy has it, I think. What does Fanny want with the silver?
One can only presume she wants to count it. What are you doing?
Presents for the servants. Have you seen Margaret, by the way? I'm worried about her. She's taken to hiding in the oddest places.
Fortunate girl. At least she can escape Fanny, which is more than any of us is able.
You do your best. You've not said a word to her for a week.
I have. I've said yes and no. Good morning, Fanny. Good morning, Miss Marianne. How did you find the silver? Was it all genuine?
Pray, when may we expect the pleasure of your brother's company?
Edward is due tomorrow. Oh, and my dear Mrs. Dashwood, in view of the fact that he will not be with us for long, I wonder if Miss Margaret will be prepared to give up her room for him. The view is quite incomparable from her windows, and I should so much like Edward to see Norland at its best. Mrs. Dashwood, Miss Dashwood, Miss Marianne, my brother Edward Ferrars. Do sit down. But where is Miss Margaret? I declare, Mrs. Dashwood, I'm beginning to doubt of her existence. She must run positively wild.
Pray forgive us, Mr. Ferrars. My youngest is not to be found this morning. She's a little shy of strangers at present.
Naturally. I'm shy of strangers myself, and I have nothing like her excuse.
How do you like your view, Mr. Ferrars?
Very much. Your stables are very handsome and beautifully kept, Mrs. Dashwood.
Stables? Edward, your windows overlook the lake.
An oversight, Fanny, had led me to one of the family rooms, but I've rectified the situation and I'm very happily installed in the guest quarters.
Tea. They're all exceedingly spoilt, I find. Miss Margaret spends all her time up trees and under furniture. I've barely had a civil word from Mary Ann.
My dear Fanny, they've just lost their father. Their lives will never be the same again.
That is no excuse. Library. These are mostly foreign.
Indeed. Magnificent.
Never like the smell of books.
Oh. No, but it is the dust, perhaps. I hear you have great plans for the Walnut Grove.
Oh, yes. I shall have it knocked down to make way for a Grecian temple.
Oh, that does sound extremely interesting. Would you show me the site?
Too expensive. And we do not need 4 bedrooms, we can share. This one then. Marianne, we have only £500 a year. I will send out more inquiries today.
Pardon my intrusion, but I think I may have found what you were looking for.
Won't you come out, dearest? We haven't seen you all day.
So later, of course, we shall have to enlarge. Oh, and Maddox will help you adjust to our hours. No need.
Oh, Miss Dashwood. Forgive me, do you by any chance have such a thing as a reliable atlas?
I believe so.
Excellent. I wish to check the position of the Nile. My sister tells me it is in South America.
Oh. No. No, she's quite wrong. For I believe it is in Belgium.
Belgium? Surely not. I think you must be thinking of the Volga.
The Volga?
Of course, the Volga, which, as you know, starts in
Vladivostok and ends in...
Wimbledon.
Precisely, where the coffee beans come.
Ah, the source of the Nile is in Abyssinia.
Is it? How interesting. How do you do? Edward Ferrars.
Margaret Dashwood.
Delighted to make your acquaintance.
It immediately adjoins this property.
Right, sir.
Be a desirable addition. I will ride there tomorrow and speak to Gibson. He will give you stuff like that.
You're certainly not. Do not It's just because we remember something from your mouth.
so much for your help with Margaret, Mr. Ferris. She's quite changed since you came.
Oh, not at all, not at all. I enjoy her company.
Has she shown you the treehouse?
Not yet. Would you do me the honour, Miss Dashwood? It is very fine out.
With pleasure. Margaret has always wanted to travel.
I know. She's heading an expedition to China shortly. I hope to go as her servant. But only on the understanding that I will be very badly treated.
What will your duties be?
Sword fighting, obviously. Administering rum and swapping.
Which of those duties will be?
Swapping. All I have ever wanted is the quiet of a private life. But my mother is determined to see me distinguished.
As?
Anything. A great orator, a leading politician, I think even a barrister would serve as long as I drove a barouche and dined in the first circle.
What do you wish for?
I've always preferred the church. But that is not smart enough for my mother. She prefers the army. But that is a great deal too smart for me.
Would you stay in London?
I hate London. No peace. A country living is my idea. A small parish where I might do some good. Keep chickens. Give very short sermons.
You talk of feeling idle and useless. Imagine how that is compounded when one has no hope and no choice of any occupation whatsoever.
Our circumstances are therefore precisely the same.
Except that you will inherit your fortune. We cannot even earn ours.
Perhaps Margaret is right.
Right?
Piracy is our only option. What is swamping exactly? A voice divine, the storm allayed, no light propitious shone, and snatched from all effectual aid, we perished each alone. But I beneath the rougher sea, and whelmed in deeper gulfs than he.
No, Edward, listen. No voice divine the storm allayed, no light propitious shone. When snatched from all effectual aid, we perished each alone. Can you not feel his despair? Try again.
No voice divine the storm allayed, no light propitious shone, and snatched from all effectual aid,
Perished
to each alone.
Look, this has just arrived.
I should be pleased to offer you a home at Barton Cottage as soon as ever you have need. Oh, it's from my cousin, Sir John Middleton.
Even Eleanor must approve the rent.
Has Eleanor not yet seen this?
No, I will fetch her.
Wait, no. Let us delay.
Why?
I believe that Edward and Eleanor have formed an attachment. It would be cruel to take her away so soon. Devonshire is so far. Why so grave? Do you disapprove her choice?
By no means. Edward is very amiable.
Amiable? But?
But there is something wanting. He's too sedate. His reading last night.
But Eleanor has not your feelings. His reserve suits her.
Can he love her? Can the soul really be satisfied with such polite affections? To love is to burn, to be on fire, like Juliet or Guinevere or Eloise.
You need rather pathetic ends, dear.
Pathetic? To die for love? How can you say so? What could be more glorious?
I think that may be taking your romantic sensibilities a little far.
Is love a fancy or a feeling? No. It is immortal, is immaculate truth. 'Tis not a blossom shed as soon as youth drops from the stem of life. For it will grow in barren regions where no waters flow, nor ray of promise cheats the pensive gloom. What a pity it is that Edward has no passion for reading.
It was you who asked him to read, and then you made him nervous.
Me?
Yes. Since your behaviour to him in all other respects is perfectly cordial, I must assume that you like him in spite of his deficiencies.
I think him everything that is amiable and worthy.
Praise indeed.
But he shall have my unswerving devotion when you tell me that he is to be my brother. How shall I do without you?
Do without me?
I'm sure you will be very happy. But you must promise not to live too far away.
Marianne, there is no question of... That is, there is no understanding.
Do you love him?
I do not attempt to deny that I think very highly of him. That I greatly esteem him. I like him.
Esteem him? Like him? Use those insipid words again and I shall leave the room this instant.
Very well, forgive me. Believe my feelings to be stronger than I have declared, but further than that you must not believe.
Is love a fancy or a feeling? Or a Pharisee? I do not attempt to deny that I think very highly of him, that I greatly esteem him, that I like him.
We're so happy that you chose to invite Edward to Norland. He's a dear boy. We're all very fond of him.
We have great hopes for him. Much is expected of him by our mother with regard to his profession.
Naturally.
And in marriage. She's determined that both he and Robert will marry well.
Of course. But I hope she desires them to marry for love.
Love is all very well, but unfortunately we cannot always rely on the heart to lead us in the most suitable directions. You see, my dear Mrs. Dashwood, Edward is entirely the kind of compassionate person upon whom penniless women can prey. And having entered into any understanding, he would never go back on his word. He is simply incapable of doing so. But it would lead to his ruin. I worry for him, sir, Mrs. Dashwood. My mother has always made it perfectly plain that she will withdraw all financial support from Edward should he choose to plant his affections in less exalted ground than he deserves.
I understand you perfectly.
To Devonshire?
My cousin, Sir John Middleton, has offered us a small house on his estate.
Sir John Middleton? What is his situation? He must be a man of some property.
He is a widower. He lives with his mother-in-law at Barton Park at his Barton cottage that he offers us.
Oh, a cottage! How charming. A little cottage is always very snug.
But you will not leave before the summer.
My dear Edward, we can no longer trespass upon your sister's goodwill. We must leave as soon as possible.
You will come and stay with us, Edward.
I should like that very much.
Edward has long been expected in town by our mother.
Come as soon as you can, Edward. Remember, you're always welcome.
Cannot you take him with you?
I cannot possibly afford him.
Perhaps he could make himself useful in the kitchen. Forgive me. Miss Dashwood. Eleanor. I must speak to you. There is something of great importance I need to tell you about my education.
Your education?
Yes. It was conducted, oddly enough, in Plymouth.
Indeed.
Yes. Do you know?
Plymouth?
Yes.
No.
Oh. Well, I was 4 years there, in a school run by Mr. Pratt.
Pratt?
Precisely, yes. Pratt. And while I was there, that is to say,
Edward, I've been all over for you. I'm needed in London this instant.
I'm leaving this afternoon as it is.
No, that will not do. Mamma is quite adamant you should leave at once.
Excuse me.
To bring the Atlas to Barton for me.
Did he? Well, I'll wager he will do so in less than a fortnight.
Dear Edward.
Extraordinary kind. No, none of that. Hush, please, none of that. But here's my dear mamma-in-law, Mrs. Jennings. Now get down, Doc. This must be Miss Dashwood. Was your journey terrible? Oh, you poor soul. Why did you not come up to the park first and take your ease? We saw you pass. Oh, I could not wait for you to come to us. I made John call the carriage. Good on you, Doc. She would not waste little company. Oh, but I feel as if I know you already. Delightful creatures. Oh, they're not delightful. And you know you must dine at Barton Park every day. Oh, my dear Sir John, they cannot possibly. No. I will not brook refusal. I'm quite deaf to them, you know. But I insist.
Sir John, let us only settle in for 2 days, but thank you so very much.
No, thanks. No, thanks. I cannot tell you. I declare, they are the loveliest girls I ever set eyes on. Can you not get them married, Mrs. Dashwood? You must not leave it any longer. Last, there are no smart young men here about. Not a go for miles. Come, Mamma. Let us leave them in peace. And send your man up to us for the carriage as soon as you're ready. Goodbye.
Thank you.
No, don't thank us. Don't thank us. We thank you. Don't thank us. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Come on.
Your feet are cold.
Named his horse.
Colonel Brandon is the most eligible bachelor in the county.
Oh, indeed.
He's bound to do for one of you. Mind, I think he's a better age for Miss Dashwood. But I dare say